Hey there, welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of tiny and alternative homes. Today's video tour is really special because the couple that built this incredible box truck tiny home is part of the Tiny House Giant Journey team, so they filmed tours for me all around the country. Their beautiful box truck is the envy of many in the tiny house community at festivals, from the custom countertops to the elevator bed to, well, I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say it gets better when the sun goes down. If you like these kind of videos, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know every single time we publish a new tour. But right now, let's jump right in and take a tour of Mark and Marina's box truck tiny home.
Will you join me? Will you roll? Make this house our tiny home.
Hey, we're Mark, Marina, and Eli.
And this is our self-converted tiny home, the WANDERBOX. A little over 3 years ago, Mark and I met in Austin, Texas, where I was living. I was doing real estate and working as a server. And Mark was living a minimalist adventure van lifestyle.
I decided to build out a small Sprinter, and I traveled the country in that. It had a bed, it had storage for my stuff, there was no running water. Fast forward a couple months, packed up my van with everything I owned to live with her in a house. It was nice to experience, but then the pandemic, realizing that the country was going to start slowly shutting down, I found us a small van box truck and took off on the road. We spent about a year in that vehicle, realized that we wanted a different type of vehicle, something that was a little bit more capable off-road and was able to haul a lot more weight.
Which led us to this box truck that we now call the WANDERBOX.
This build was done unconventionally. We built it on the road, but also living in it full time and every night loading it up with wood and insulation and then putting the bed on top of that. So for the first couple weeks it was rough, but this wild build was actually completed in 40 days. It was a juggle, not a struggle. We made the best of it. We got our truck for $5 grand. For our entire build, including the vehicle, we're at $20,000. We are very resourceful. We were able to get a lot of used parts. Not many people can do that and have it look like this. Let's talk about the WANDERBOX. First, we'll start with the chassis. This is a 2007 Mitsubishi Fuso FE140. And there is a specific reason we chose this truck. This is the last year of the 4.9 liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine that doesn't have any DEF or DPF emission stuff. The box is 8 feet tall and 8 feet wide and 16 feet long. And we are about 22.5 feet bumper to bumper. Having this type of truck is a little different because, as you can see, we sit on top of the axle, which gives you an unprecedented view out the windows. I love it, Marina loves it, we both love driving it, Eli loves sitting in the middle. The view is astounding. My favorite part, it's super easy to work on. You just pull a lever, flip it forward, and here's the engine. You can sit on the tire and do an oil change. So handy to have everything right here. Highly recommend a cab over truck. With that said, it's a little bit bouncier than most other vehicles because you're on top of the axle, but the benefits outweigh it 10 times. We have a 33-gallon fuel tank, so we fill up about every 300 miles just to not run too low, but we do get 12 miles per gallon, which honestly, for this big, is great. This is a work truck. This is commonly seen all over cities, so that makes parking extremely simple. We'll just pull off on the side of the road, we'll pull off into an industrial area.
Just a delivery truck, nothing to see here.
The box itself did not actually come with this truck. We found the box and truck separately. This box was a 2017 insulated reefer truck. It's already insulated with spray foam on all surfaces, so that was a huge benefit. We added another inch of foam insulation to the walls just to further the R value. We love the natural floor that it came with, which is a really thick oak wood floor. We decided to keep that because it's already got 3 inches of spray foam underneath. Another one of our favorite features are these steps that we got at a RV surplus store, and they are so easy to put away, and they're solid. Very, very nice steps. It's always terrifying cutting a hole in the side of a vehicle or a box, but it was super simple to get these doors and windows installed. We've got our propane furnace, and below that is our 20-gallon propane tank. We only fill this thing up once every 6 months. Over here, we have one of our outside access panels that you'll notice are on magnets. Since we raised the floor, we've got this cavity that would normally be dead wasted space, but we decided to have some access doors underneath with motion sensor lights, and we store a ton of things in here. Right now we've got some goggles and some flippers and some dog toys and silk bags, things like that. We really needed a lot of outside storage, so finding these on the Facebook Marketplace for only $100 was a steal. Really nice locking storage containers.
With our clamshell back door system, it is a great way for us to invite the outdoors in.
We have become a little known as the party box. We bring out lights, lasers, fog machines,
Fire spinning.
lots of costumes. We'll have musicians on the deck or on the box. We're pretty much a festival on wheels.
It's just a great communal hangout spot, and we love to just create that vibe for people.
Designing this back deck was our favorite. It's really simple, actually. We get a lot of questions and comments about how did you design it? Well, simply has 4 hinges welded to the frame of the back. It's a little heavy, but it's solid and simple. And then this piece of metal that's held on was actually inside the box. It was the first 2 feet, once again, for like loading things in and out. The back storage box is actually the support for the entire deck. On the driver's side, we've got our collapsible ladder. Up here on the roof, we've got 4 solar panels giving us 800 watts of solar. We got our max air fan and another one in the bathroom next to our skylight. We could have added a lot more solar panels up here, but we decided to leave it open for a nice big deck and a stage for all the concerts we have. Right here, I have the water fill inlet. So we've got that on a little locking mechanism, followed by our gray tank. We've got 33 gallons of gray, and we have 31 gallons of black. I'm not a fan of composting toilets. I've had black tanks growing up as a kid, having an RV. It literally takes 2 minutes to hook the hose up, dump it, and drive away. And it's almost always free. We just plan ahead, and once every 2 weeks, we go dump our tank. We love it, and we will definitely be having a black tank on our next one. Over here, we have shore power, a simple 30 amp next to our on-demand hot water heater. This is a Girard hot water heater. It was $600, but it was worth it. We had it on our last build, and I would highly recommend this brand. Big fan. We do have a hookup for city water in case you were going to stay in some place for a while.
Now that you've seen the outside of our home that makes us fully off-grid, stealth, and sustainable, let's take a look at the inside, my favorite part, our home. As soon as you enter on the right, you will come to our work desk area. Mark will sit and edit videos away from everything, so there is a completely cornered off work zone with no interferences.
Being a filmmaker, living on the road opens so many doors because you can travel.
And we are now this filmmaking duo. We film weddings, we do same-day edits at weddings, we film documentaries. Mark's been in this business for over 10 years, and he's been showing me the ropes, and it's been quite fun. On the other side, we have our full-length shower and bathroom, where we have our black tank toilet. We also have a double shower head. Over here we have our toothpaste, toothbrush holders, covered so they don't fall, and a little mirror while you're washing your face. The tile was my one splurge I wanted to have. It's so beautiful. I love that it shimmers and gives off many colors, especially with my skylight. I fought for it and I won because I wanted as much natural light as possible. I feel like it gives mermaid vibes. Now we are in one of my favorite areas of the house, the kitchen. So I like to do a lot of cooking. Having a lot of space has been ideal for me. We have a lot of counter space, a 3-burner gas stove. We have this cool little feature where we have lights that are lit all throughout, and when you turn one on, it turns red. Above our oven, we have our range hood, so it has our fan and our light. Mark came up with a really clever idea of cutting a hole in the side of our cabinet, so we have wine on tap. We also have awning-style windows, so if it is raining, you can still get some nice airflow and a good cross breeze inside. We cook about 95% of our meals on the road, so I had to make sure we had lots of food storage. So we can be off grid for a long time because I've got a full pantry. I've got lots of spices, drink area, cans. I have larger storage and glass containers located on the bottom so they are less likely to break. One of my favorite things that we had in our last build and also in this build is our 12-volt Furrion fridge. It is a full-size fridge, and as you can see, we take advantage of it. Popsicles have always been a favorite to hand out to people. They're never expecting it. Our drawers for our kitchen were the very first thing that we had purchased for the box. And they are not your average drawers, but they are full house kitchen drawers and very big for lots of storage. One of my favorite additions that we last did in the box was our countertop. And this countertop is so special to me because these flowers running through the river are flowers that I had pressed throughout all of my travels last year. A friend that we had met during a tiny home tour, Kirk Allen, he is actually a master epoxy maker. So he blessed me with my countertop of my dreams. We also have an extension to our countertop. So if we need extra room for cooking, drying off some dishes, we can go ahead and put this up as well. With our closet, we have a lot of storage space and a pull-out for some t-shirts and underwear and socks.
Coming underneath the closet, you'll notice that we have some bins here. Instead of doing another large drawer like this, we decided to put bins in so we could have easy access to our batteries. So if you just take these out, you can remove these pieces of wood, and underneath are 600 amp hours of Renogy batteries. On the other side of that compartment, underneath the fridge, is where we house all of our electrical and our plumbing stuff. If you go ahead and pull this cover panel off, you'll see that back here, we've got our fuse block, our 3000 watt inverter charger by Victron. The MultiPlus is a great option. Got our 110 breakers down here, and on the right side in its own compartment we've got our on-demand hot water heater, our water pump, our accumulator tank, and a transfer switch mounted above. The transfer switch means that if we're plugged into shore power and we happen to lose that power, it'll automatically switch over to our inverter on the battery bank without losing a second of power. Now you might be asking yourself, what about the rest of the floor? Why is it raised? Well, over here in the front, we've got a hidden cabinet underneath, diesel furnace hidden over here with ductwork rammed through the floor, and then underneath the oven, we have another hidden door with a propane furnace, also with ductwork, and then my biggest storage is here. You could fit a couple bodies in there, but mostly we just put in camera gear.
Now we're gonna step off of our platform and down into our lounge. As you step down, you'll step onto our storage step, which actually houses all of our shoes. I had 36 pair in our last vehicle. I did downsize a lot, but it still looks like we have a lot. When designing this layout, we wanted to make sure it felt like more than just a box. So we decided to break off the rooms a little bit more, adding this L-shape effect into the kitchen and separating off the lounge area. So when you come in here, it feels like a completely other room. We have normal size couch cushions. I found these at the Habitat Restore. I wanted to make sure that it felt like a normal house couch as much as possible. And we have this great size circular table, so you can still have dinner together, play cards, read a book, do little crafts. We have bins that are stacked too tall, so we have lots of storage underneath as well. I learned this little hat trick from a friend, Daniel Park. He actually has this on the front of his van, and it's on a spring, so you can set your hats right inside. And for extra hold, I added a little Velcro, so it is nice and sturdy on a crazy drive. Some artwork displayed on this wall, capturing some beautiful memories, our nomad friends, and some gifting things. My dear friend Katie from So What made me this custom outdoor chandelier. One of my favorite additions to our deck has been this hammock swing. This was gifted to us by a nomad friend, and it fits our deck just so perfectly. When designing this back deck, I learned that the inside of the box had beautiful wood on the metal tracks of the wall. So I took them and sanded them and stained them to become our new back deck. And I love the natural color and finish. The most shocking part of this lounge space, you would think just by seeing this, oh, they sleep on 2 separate beds. No, 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 no. And this is our bed. It is on a Happy Jack lift, so you can lift it and stop it anywhere you want. We have this lamp that is on a magnet, so you just pull it off. And you just put it down to wherever you would like. So whenever we're at a beautiful nature location, we'll just be laying in bed, push open the back, and take it all in.
Living this lifestyle has really altered who we were in a good way. We want less, we need less. We realize the importance of time with family and friends.
We realize how it has very openly connected us to nature so much more. I have such a deep appreciation for this earth, and my health and wellness has drastically changed. Home is more than just a hometown. It's about where you make it, and you can make any place feel like home. We absolutely love living this lifestyle. We love having everything that we own at our fingertips, always ready to jump at any adventure at hand. And we also love creating and building. With that being said,
we actually just recently made a purchase of the exact same type of vehicle, a little smaller, but 4-wheel drive. So stay tuned, because that's going to be wild.
the WANDERBOX goes overlanding.
We've been filming for this channel for quite a while, but if you want to see more of our journey, we spent the past 2 years documenting ourselves as we traversed all over the country with some of our friends and made our own documentary that's coming out soon. And it is called All Who Wander. Thanks for watching our story.